So I'm doing a video on vine borer or squash bugs. I get them every year and it doesn't matter what I tried. I do get them. So what I do is, you kind of know where they're at is because the brownness, and there's like a little paste that falls out from your plant, from your fruit. Essentially what I do is, I knew that they got into here. I would stick a knife in here and stick a knife all around, X-Acto knife, a needle. I've used needles before, where it goes inside and it kills the bug from inside, but you don't actually damage the plant, and the plant is allowed to grow. As you can see here, it does work because I did this a couple weeks ago, and as you can see, the vine bugs are gone, but the vine is still together and is keeping this fruit alive. It was on here, it was here, and as you can see, this big piece right here down here, you'd be amazed that this plant is still alive. Here's the root system, the base of the plant is still alive. When I opened it up, there was a huge vine borer, but water system is allowed to, still be uptake by the plant, because all I did was slit it open. When I slit it open, a bunch of ants the following day came by and kind of like went inside and healed the plant, ate up whatever was like mushy, and it split open like that. But the plant is still alive and is still feeding my kabocha squash here. And like I said, what I do is every year I hill it up as much as I can at the base, because I know that vine bugs, or squash killers I call them, are all over the place. But that's what I do. And I'll show you same thing here. You'll see that there was one here, and all I did was stick a knife in there and a pair of tweezers to tweeze out the bug. And once I get it out, I just kind of bury the weed, a little bit deeper, so that way water supply can still get up to the plant. As you can see here, here's the fruit. And as you know, that the vine bugs could get onto the fruit like you saw on the other one. And all I did was just kind of do the same thing here. Same thing on this plant over and over again. I take a knife, I split it open, and I take my tweezer inside and see if I could get the bugs out. But what happens is when you open the wound like that, ants, like little ants, goes up the vine and kind of like heal the plant, which was kind of amazing. I thought that my squash bug would totally destroy this whole season of kabocha squash, but as you can see, I kind of did it, and it worked. And as you can see, there's a lot of squash and they're still growing. You'll see that on the warmer days, the leaves will kind of wilt, but they're still alive. As you can see here, this is where my X-Acto knife went into, or I actually didn't use an X-Acto knife because I didn't have one. I used my steak knife, my tiny steak knife that is really, really sharp. Anything that's sharp and thin that you could stick into to kill these bugs in the vine, so that way you're not destroying the vine, and the water supply can still get up to the plants. Like I said, you'll notice that on the warmer days it does wilt, but the plant is still alive and thriving and growing and maturing the fruit. Like I said, here's proof right here. That's where one of the vine bugs was. Let's just say I stabbed it to death. I stabbed it to death here. I had to split this one open. I was for sure this one was a goner. But the ants went in there and kind of healed the plant, as you can see. I'm kind of surprised. So, yeah, that's my take.